It's finally here. Kunos Simulazioni's much anticipated follow-up to the uber-popular Assetto Corsa has arrived through an early access program, and I'll be honest, so far, it's been a mixed response. Assetto Corsa EVO is undoubtedly the biggest sim racing title of the year, and you can already watch my initial impressions on this very YouTube channel. Clearly, due to its work-in-progress state, there are pros and there are certainly some cons as well. It's important to remember though that many of its biggest features are yet to come, as are some bug fixes. In fact, a remedy for some current server issues are actually blighting the initial launch, but hopefully by the time you watch this video that's been fixed, or it's going to be fixed very, very soon. Based on both a recently released roadmap and direct interviews with Kunos, in this video we outline every item that isn't in the current build, and when to expect them in the run-up to its anticipated fall version 1.0 release. With EVO's game modes and features being gradually drip-fed over the coming months, there are of course certain important features that players will have to do without presently. And let's start with arguably the biggest one, open world mode. This much vaunted feature will see 1,600 square kilometers of real-world roads added to the game. Set in the Eifel region of Germany, surrounding the Nürburgring Nordschleife, players will be able to explore the area's superb laser-scan driving routes, both with AI and human-controlled traffic. EVO's Pen World mode is likely to arrive in the summer of 2025, according to Misha Sharudin's unveiling video, although not in its entirety, with the environment set to progressively expand as development continues. To complement the game's free roam open world, in-game businesses will become accessible at the same time. Using EVO's in-game economy, players will be able to visit and purchase items from local suppliers, some of which are true to life. It's expected that players can purchase new parts for their cars at these outlets, as well as visit fuel stations and charging stations to refuel and recharge their steeds. Shocking. One of the original Assetto Corsa's most popular aspects is its vibrant multiplayer, with communities for drifting, rallying, free roaming, pretty much anything. That unfortunately isn't present yet in Assetto Corsa EVO. The multiplayer will land in EVO on the second or third build of early access. It depends on the issues or fixes we need to do, stated Kunos Simulazioni's co-founder and executive manager Marco Massaruto to Traction. Looking at the published roadmap, multiplayer isn't on what Kunos calls the second early access drop, so eyes peeled on the third one for the first multiplayer options. That means we expect it to arrive in the summer, perhaps around about the same time as the aforementioned free roam mode. EVO will partner with sim racing platform SimGrid for its online experience, which will include daily race events, driver rankings, and matchmaking, all native within the sim once development is complete. Advanced car tuning is also absent, with Massaruto confirming to Traction that tuning features will come in the final version of EVO. What exactly it is you'll be able to tune is also an unknown. Will we see Gran Turismo 7 style engine swaps? That would be pretty cool. Do let us know your guesses in the comments down below. And while you're down there, leave us a like if you're enjoying this video, and subscribe to the Traction channel for more sim racing and Assetto Corsa EVO content in future. Now, as you can see, car tuning is listed in the Autumn version 1.0 content list on the roadmap, so those wishing to increase their car's performance are going to have to wait until Autumn 2025 to do so. Some car customization is, however, available now, assuming we can get connected to the servers, and we expect this to be expanded upon throughout the year.
Whether you're just starting out your sim racing journey or you're a seasoned pro looking to upgrade your cockpit, Next Level Racing likely has a product that suits you. It has a wealth of options from premium aluminium profile rigs to portable wheel and monitor stands. If all of this interests you, then do make sure you check out its website via the affiliate link in the description below. Doing so also helps support this Traction channel. Oh, and also, by using that link, you get a 5% discount if you go on to purchase anything from Next Level Racing. So really, it's a win-win.
Now, let's be honest, one of the biggest things about the original Assetto Corsa and its popularity has to be modding, whether that's community-developed tracks, cars, open world areas. Players could download pretty much any car and track they could possibly think of, and that's a big contributing factor to explain just how popular Assetto Corsa is. However, many of these mods are of poor quality, or feature content ripped from other developers, so often their legality is questionable. Although not included in the game's early builds, modding is set to arrive after the game's version 1.0 release. Modding will arrive at the end of the early access program, confirmed Marco Massaruto to Traxion, more details of which are available on the Traxion website. We confirm that we will have modding, and we think the modders will be happy because they will have a powerful mod editor. To negate nefarious modding practices, however, it appears that Kunos are going to be more hands-on in terms of approving and curating mods. I mean, it does make sense from the Italian developer, considering how closely they work with the car manufacturers and how expensive licensing costs are. We want to give visibility to the talented modders and artists that create amazing content, both in real life and fictional, where the only limit will be the creativity, working on a platform that can give them all the credit they deserve and the chance to work directly with the car manufacturer. This statement from Massaruto intriguingly suggests that Kunos would facilitate relationships between modders and car marks. EVO currently only features 5 tracks, with 10 more set to be released throughout 2025, and you can expect more after the version 1.0 release. Another 5 tracks will be released as a free update in the next few months after the 1.0 release, stated Massaruto recently to Traxion. With EVO, we also want to keep the tradition we had with AC that was very successful, to provide additional packages as DLCs, as well as free updates and free content. To me, this suggests that more free content may be made available at a later date. After all, it's stated that the sim will be providing cars and tracks on the very long-term basis. Those of you desperate to drive on the Nürburgring Nordschleife will be happy to know that the Green Hell should make an appearance before the version 1.0 drop, potentially coinciding with the launch of the open world mode. The roadmap also confirms that the previously teased Fuji Speedway will be in the first content drop, which are packages of new cars, tracks, and events added in between main early access updates. The Texan Venue Circuit of the Americas has also been confirmed for the second early access release. We make it then 8 confirmed locations and 7 yet to be unveiled. Could the likes of Spa, Red Bull Ring, Indianapolis, and Monza make the final cut? EVO's version 1.0 release will contain upwards of 100 cars, with the current build's initial roster of 20 topped up by regular content updates. The identity of the new cars remains a mystery, but will likely follow the AC franchise's template of variety, with road, race, historic, prototype, and open wheel cars all expected. Again, Massaruto has stated that cars and tracks on Assetto Corsa EVO will be made available on a very long-term basis. The first content drop will add 2 more soon, and the second early access release, 5 more. We've compiled a full list of every car unveiled so far on our website. Vehicles such as the Hyundai i20N have been shown in trailers, but have no confirmed release date as of yet. Assetto Corsa Compatibility features a fantastic photo mode, allowing you to take incredibly lifelike images. Sadly, the initial early access phase of Assetto Corsa EVO does exclude this feature, but it will be added in a later build. You can see it in the version 1.0 feature list of the roadmap, which doesn't necessarily mean in this instance that we'll have to wait until the fall for this feature, but that it will arrive then in a worst case scenario. Given that the open world will provide plenty of gorgeous photo opportunities, we could see this being released again alongside the open world in summer, but this is yet to be confirmed. Presently, you can pause the rudimentary replay system at the right time to at least grab some shots. Most modern racing games do let you change camera options in replays. When asked in an interview with Overtake, Massaruto confirmed that Kunos is working on several tools to provide this kind of experience for Assetto Corsa EVO, but no timeframe was provided. We'll end on a big one, console compatibility, and I bring great news. Assetto Corsa EVO will be available on console. Digital Bros, the parent company of Kunos and publisher 505 Games, stated publicly in 2023 that AC's sequel would arrive on console, which seems obvious given that 40% of the game sales came from console buyers, according to Massaruto. The bad news, we just don't know when and how, and the developers aren't in a position to answer at this stage. But clearly not during the early access period, and we'd expect that the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One platforms will be omitted, considering 505 Games stopped development of ACC on those platforms several years ago. And that is going to wrap up this video. Everything that we know is coming to Assetto Corsa EVO at some point, but isn't quite there yet. Hopefully you found it informative. Do let us know down in the comments below what you're most excited about, what are your thoughts on the first iteration during the early access phase, and do make sure you keep an eye on the TraxionGG website for any announcements and updates as they happen. Also, subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you don't miss any of our video content. Until I see you next time though, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.